Hey guys, Stellar here. I hope that everybody is doing well today. I am back again with another Stellar Speaks for you guys, but today I'm going to be doing a little bit of venting and maybe a little bit of ranting. I just wanted to kind of, I guess, react to something that the drama queen said today. I caught some of her live stream. And I wasn't there for the whole thing, nor did I watch the end. I just hopped in and caught a little bit of it. But she said something that kind of irked me, and I just felt the need to get on and vent about it. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. All right, so what am I yapping about? What happened now? What did the drama queen do that kind of agitated me? Well, I don't know. Sometimes it's like she just doesn't stop and think who she might be offending. Granted, she might be directing this to one person, but there's a whole lot of different viewers out there that are watching and listening, so they might take it to heart. That's kind of where I am right now. I heard her say something that kind of offended me, and I just wanted to come on and vent about it. So what did she say? She says so many things, and she just doesn't think. She just goes off at the mouth and doesn't even think about it. Anyhow, when I hopped in, she was talking about the whole job situation. From what I'm thinking somebody probably told her to get a job because, she's constantly crying about she doesn't have money for this, she needs money for that, which I don't believe. But she's doing a good job of scamming people out of money. So she's crying about this, and I've seen it time and time again. People are saying, get a job. I've said it myself, get a job. Get a job. Don't cry about what you don't have. Go out there and get it for yourself. Am I wrong for thinking that? Is anyone wrong for suggesting that? I didn't know it was so offensive to tell somebody who's in a predicament where they need to start providing for themselves, caring for themselves, carrying their own, responsibilities. I didn't know it was so offensive to tell somebody to get a job. But in her case, she doesn't want to hear it. She does not want to hear it. And I think that reality is smacking her in the face where she is really starting to see that's what she needs to do. She needs to get a job. So anyhow, I don't know if that's what set her off, if somebody told her she needed to get a job. But anyway, when I came into the chat, what I walked into was her saying, and what do you do? What do you do? What's your job? What's your job? Oh, you're a housewife? Okay, well, that's a job. Yeah, I guess it is your job to be subservient and oppressed by your man. And I'm thinking to myself, and I don't know if this was directed to someone, because I'm thinking she was directing this to Sweets. But as I said, there's many of us who are watching. So that's what I walked into. And it was like she's asking me, so what do you do? What's your job? Oh, you're just a housewife? Okay, so you're just subservient to your husband. And I'm thinking, wow, is that the way you see the position of being a housewife is? That you have to be subservient, that you're oppressed to do what the spouse is telling you to do? Is that how you view it? Well, no wonder your marriage didn't work out. And, she just doesn't think about the things she says that's going to offend people. I know she's trying to, I guess, how they say, trigger somebody by saying these things. But what she really does is offend people. And that's what gets her so much hate and so much animosity. That's why people get so angry with her, because she says these things without thinking. In no way have I ever, ever, ever felt oppressed by my husband, nor do I feel the need to be subservient to him. When he leaves for work, yeah, I pack his lunch and I kiss him goodbye at the door, see him off. I've been doing it for 20 plus years, and I'll do it until the day I don't have to do it anymore. But I do it because I want to do it, not because he demands I do it. And, when he comes home from work, hi, honey, how was your day? Oh, and we talk about dinner. We sit down, we watch a little bit of TV together. But I do those things because I want to do them, not because he demands me to say hello to him and greet him at the door. And then she goes on to say, oh, I remember those days. Oh, I remember to be subservient to a man. And I'm thinking, when have you ever been subservient to your man? I can remember live streams where she's just talking away, and her husband gets home from work, and it's like, hey, what's up? Hey, you're home? Okay, hey, what's going on? Okay, well, I'm going to go to bed. Okay, well, I'm doing a live stream. Bye, see you later. And I'm thinking, really? You don't have the courtesy to Okay, pause your live stream, turn it off for a minute, go say hello to him, give him a cup of coffee, ask him if he wants some breakfast. Oh, I'm sorry, that's being subservient. You don't want to do that, right? See, and I'm just thinking that's what I would do because that's my spouse, and okay, he's going to go to bed, but let me make sure he has a full belly. Or, hey, I made this if you'd like to help yourself to some, but nothing like that. No courtesy whatsoever. Again, I see why her marriage failed. So anyhow, she's going on, and I'm kind of getting a little frustrated because she's kind of dissing, I guess, anybody who's at home being a housewife. I have held the title of housewife for many, 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 many years, but I've also held other titles along with the title of being a housewife. I've held a job. I've held a position where I worked a 9 to 5. I ran a very successful business for a few years, which was more than a 9 to 5. Sometimes I would put in many, many hours. After hours, I'd be up there till, early morning times getting what I needed to get done. But I always had to come home and be a housewife. Always. I've always had that title. I've had other titles added to it, but I've always been a housewife. And now I'm at the stage in my life where I don't have to work. Thankfully, I have a spouse that can support the two of us. And I don't have to work, but I have worked. I have put in that time. But yes, I'm back to being just a housewife. And that right there is a title that I have taken very seriously. That right there is the only title that has been the most fulfilling to me. Why? Because it has allowed me to, take care of my family, take care of my household. So yes, I'm very proud to say I'm a housewife because I'll always be a housewife. And I can remember being younger and, being at home, taking care of my children, and people would say, oh, what do? You're a housewife? Oh, okay. Okay, it must be nice to lay around and watch Dr. Phil all day or something like that. I remember the snide remarks, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I do much more than that. It's 24 hours. It's not something I turn off. It's something I have to do 24 hours, and it doesn't pay well. It doesn't pay well at all. There is no pay. So yeah, I take pride in saying that, yes, I am a housewife, and I've held that position for many, many years. So anyhow, she's going on just bashing on it, and just her attitude is what sucks. It really sucks, because I'm just thinking, if that's the way you looked at your place of being a housewife, of course you were going to be angry and upset. If you feel like you had to be oppressed by this man, of course, that's why your marriage failed. That's why you were so miserable in your marriage. And that is one of the many reasons why so many of the younger generation, they don't want to get married. They don't see the, I guess, importance of marriage or anything like that, a union. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's because of that type of attitude. Like, oh, I don't want to have to take care of a man. I don't want to have to, bow down to a man. And so people are turned off by it. But it's her type of attitude that is showing that's backing up young people saying, well, see, if I get married, look at what I have to do. But that's not true. That's not true at all. In my marriage, it is 100%, 100%. Not this 50-50 crap. It's 100, 100. I give 100, he gives 100. He does for me as much as I do for him. And that's the way we have made our marriage work. I enjoy being with my husband. I really do. We still hold hands in the car. And it was funny. Okay, changing to another subject. She's so green with envy when it comes to Sean and Mandy. Now, I do understand that it's got to hurt to see this playing out before her eyes. But she doesn't have to watch. She doesn't have to read. She doesn't have to know what's going on. But it's her curiosity that doesn't keep her away. It's her envy. It's her, all these things that she has going on inside of her that she just can't believe it. She just can't, And she doesn't want him back, but she's all up in it. But anyway, one day she was making a comment about the way Mandy looks at Sean. She's making these ugly faces. And I'm like, what is wrong with that? When you really, admire somebody or have the feels, as they say, for somebody, that's the way you look at somebody. Yeah, their relationship is new, but I can tell you, I still look at my husband that way, and it's been 20 plus years, you know? So I don't know. She's so full of anger, and it's not pretty. But she never stops and thinks about how she makes somebody else feel. And that was my issue with the whole "you're just a housewife" thing. I've heard it so many times before, but it's been one of the most gratifying positions I've ever held. And, I'm sorry she doesn't feel the same way. She didn't take her position as a housewife as fulfilling as many of us do. I have many friends who have careers, but they're always going to be a housewife, and they enjoy that part of it because it means family. It means that's what being a housewife to me is, family. I know that my kids would come home, they're grown, but they can come home and mom's always going to be here for them. Mom's always going to cook, do this, do these little things for them. Because they're always my priority, always. Family first, family first. All right, so another thing, she was griping about what's going on with Sean and Mandy, and how can Mandy do this, and how can Mandy do that, and Mandy. Who cares? Who cares what Mandy spends on Sean? Who cares what she is buying for him? Who cares what they are doing with their money? It's none of your concern, drama queen. It doesn't involve you at all. It has nothing to do with you. Zero, zilch, nada. Nothing. This is the thing that gets me the most with this woman. Okay, now she's claiming she was abused. All this other stuff, right? But yet she's not letting her quote-unquote abuser go. She's the one that's dwelling on it. He's obviously moved on. He's not coming back. And she keeps on telling us, the viewers, oh, all I wanted to do was have him out of my life. I wanted him to leave. I wanted my freedom. That's all I wanted. I don't want him back. I wanted him to leave, and he would never leave. He would never leave. He would never leave. Now he has left, and she doesn't stop. She doesn't quit. How long has he been gone now? 6 months, right? 6 months, and she's still harping on the man. Let it go already. Let it go. It's obvious he's not coming back. He has moved on. He has erased your name from his chest. You're no longer there. You're no longer there where he's looking in the mirror and seeing your name, because he's erased that part. It's gone. These two people have nothing that is holding them together. There are no biological children. There is no house that they have to split. There are no cars that they have to split. There's nothing holding these two together but her greed and envy. She can't let it go. And that's what's so frustrating to me, because the other day she was crying, nobody's telling me what to do, how to get over it. How do I get over it? How do I move on? I'm trying, but nobody's giving me advice. Somebody give me advice. Drama queen, you want advice? You want advice how to get over it? Stop dwelling on it. Stop looking at it. Stop reading about it. Stop. You're the one that's doing it to yourself every time you watch a video that comes out. You're the one that's doing it to yourself every time you read the comments, looking at the Twitter, reading the messages. You're doing it to yourself. If you want to be done with this, move on. Let it go. You spent hours trying to prove, oh, look at, this is what was going on. This is what was going on. 2 years ago this, 2 years ago that. Who cares? Nobody cares. The bottom line, drama queen, you have your freedom. Now do something with it. The man is never coming back to you. He has moved on. You are free as a bird. The only thing that is keeping you guys tied together is a piece of paper. And for many people, many people who decide not to get married, they'll say, we don't need that piece of paper. Piece of paper is not that important to us. So he could be saying the same thing. That piece of paper is null and void. We are no longer together. It's just now we've got to wait for the state to grant us this divorce, which will be granted, because they're not going to say, oh no, you guys need to work it out. I guess that's why their state has this where they have to stay together for a year, which is, that's horrible. I think that's the worst law or whatever ever. I know I would just want it to be done with, over with, just done. But he's done. You're free. You are free. You wanted your freedom. You've got your freedom. Obviously, the man is happy. He's moved on. And if things don't work out between Sean and Mandy, that's on them. That has nothing to do with you. I doubt he would come back crawling to you. He's done with you. It's over. Done. You've got your freedom. You wanted your freedom. Now do something with it. My gosh. Grown woman having to have her chat. Did you eat yet, honey? Did you eat? Oh my gosh, does anybody know she ate today? Really? Oh my goodness gracious. But that just goes to prove that, she needs people guiding her in her life. And for any of you people out there who are supporting her, I'm not telling you not to support her. I've never said that to anyone. If you're supporting her and you're feeding her these links or saying, oh my God, did you see this about Sean and Mandy? Did you see this? Stop, because you're not doing her any favors. The only way this woman is going to get past this and over this is to stop dwelling in it, stop wallowing in it. But that's her, that is her downfall, is that she can't let things go. She wallows in it. Same with this hatred drama that's on YouTube. It's been 4 years already. It's not learning. So anyway, you want advice? I'm giving you advice. Stop talking about him. Stop wishing, wondering, whatever it is you're doing. Don't worry about it. What goes on between Sean and Mandy is none of your concern. Nor is it any of our concern, nor should it be our concern. Those of us who are cheering them on, yeah, we want to know what's going on. But the bottom line is, what happens between Sean and Mandy is between Sean and Mandy. There's no Sean, Mandy, Trisha. It's Sean, Mandy. End of story. That's it. So anyhow, let's see what else. And yeah, with the job thing, get a job. Get a job. It might fulfill something inside of you that you're lacking. Maybe it'll give you some more confidence. I don't know. But that would be my advice. If I was your friend, I'd be like, girl, get a job. Get over this man. Get on with your life and do it. Look for a new apartment. Downsize. You don't need that big old place to yourself. It's just you and the dogs. Get some new scenery. And another thing real quick. She always throws this out there about the whole house bit. I don't know. I guess Mandy and the ex sold the house. And, oh my gosh, well, Sean couldn't get a loan to buy him out so she could keep her home. Ladies, isn't that what you would want? No, that's not what I would want. I would not want to keep a house that I had with my ex. I would prefer to get a brand new house and a brand new start with my brand new love. That's what I would want. So when she wants to generalize it and just say, oh, ladies, isn't that what you would want? No, that's not what I would want. So, yay, maybe they didn't get the reason for a house. Maybe he couldn't get a loan. But again, it's none of your business. It doesn't matter. What is that saying in The Lion King? What does it matter? It's in the past when the baboon hits Simba over the head. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I watch and I get agitated. I've tried to cut back a little bit because it's always the same. But I don't want him back. I don't want him back. I don't want him back. Girl, that's still my husband. That's still my husband. You might call him your man, but he's still my husband. Who does that for real? Oh my God. Last thing I would have ever have done have done was to have let my ex and his new whatever know that I was upset or envious or anything like that. What is the saying? I said it the other day. Never let them see you sweat. And this drama queen is sweating every day, all day, 24/7. And she might say like, oh, I just need to do this. Put on your poker face, man. To me, it's more embarrassing to know. It would be more embarrassing for me to know that my ex and his new, whatever it might be, are sitting back laughing at me, seeing how ridiculous I'm acting, seeing all these things that I'm doing because I'm so upset. I mean, you could be upset in private, but don't even put that on social media. How embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for her at that point where you could see through it. And she just got these green all over her face. She's just so green with envy. You wanted your freedom. You've got your freedom. Now do something with your freedom. Do something productive with your freedom. Start a new business. If you know all this guerrilla marketing, go out there and start some kind of business, new business. Do it for yourself. Stop begging people to pay you for this and that. I don't understand that part. So yeah, drama queen, if you're gonna sit there and say, you know, well, why do you gotta talk about me and you don't have a job? You don't have a job. You're sitting at home on your butt doing nothing. Oh my gosh! Stop telling me that I need a job. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Well, I'm not sitting here begging people to pay my bills every day. I'm not begging people to buy me dog food. I'm not begging people to help me in any way. So that's the difference. I don't need a job because I'm not begging people for money. You, on the other hand, are begging people for money, telling people how rough it is, and you're not getting offline and doing something about it. With all the hours that she's spending live streaming, taking selfies, taking all these pictures, doing all that she's doing, she can have a part-time job. But she won't do it. She don't want to. And it's ridiculous. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Okay, that's all for now. I probably am all over the place, but it just really irked me when I heard that because, as I said, I think being a housewife was one of my many fulfilling jobs, and that also included being a mother. So I throw being a mother in the role as my housewife as well because that's what always came first: my family, my kids, my household, and you know I'll be a housewife until the day I die. And not subservient nor oppressed by my husband. I'm loved and cherished by him, and I appreciate him every single day. All right, well, that's it for right now. Remember, each and every one of you are awesome. Now go out there and make it a stellar day.